Hi boys and girls, your reading activity for Monday is to listen to Crazy Hair Day on Bookflix under Family and Community. Let's read the questions together to make sure we are looking for the right information as we listen. Number 1. Make a prediction about the story Crazy Hair Day before reading it. Remember that a prediction is what you think might happen. So based on the cover, what do you think is going to happen in this story? Number 2. Listen to the read aloud of Crazy Hair Day by Barney Salzberg. Number 3. Stop about halfway through the story and check your predictions. Was your prediction correct or was your prediction incorrect? Number 4. Think of a time when you dressed up differently for school. Pajama day, silly sock day, maybe house day on Fridays, or rockstar day. How did you feel when you were on your way to school that day? Number 5. How did Stanley feel as he was walking to school? How do you know? Number 6. What happened when Stanley got to his classroom? Were you surprised? Why or why not? Number 7. How did Stanley react when his classmates were staring at him and his crazy hair? Did this make Stanley feel good or did this make Stanley feel bad inside? Number 8. What would you have done if you were Stanley? Number 9. Why did the teacher tell Larry to become a peacemaker? Larry said, "I guess I should be a peacemaker and not a troublemaker." What did he mean? Remember that peace and trouble are opposites. And number 10. At the end of the story, why did Stanley say, "This will be a day I will never forget"? Why did the author keep repeating that line in the story? There is also a writing activity for this story. Have your child write to tell how the main character was feeling in the story and how the character's feelings changed throughout the story. Your child should fold a piece of paper into thirds. On the left side of the paper, your child should draw a sketch to show how Stanley was feeling at the beginning of the story, when he was getting ready for Crazy Hair Day and on his walk to school. In the middle of the paper, your child should sketch a picture of how Stanley was feeling in the middle of the story, when Stanley arrived in his classroom. On the right side of the paper, the student will write 3 to 4 sentences telling why the character's, Stanley's, feelings changed throughout the story. And we have an example sentence to follow. In the beginning, Stanley was feeling because... In the middle of the story, Stanley felt because the author showed how his feelings changed by. Also, I noticed that Stanley. So you could set up your paper this way. You would put Stanley's feelings at the beginning of the story on this side of your paper, and then draw a picture to match the feeling. Then you would write about how Stanley felt in the middle of the story, and then include a picture to show that feeling. And then your 3 to 4 sentences could go on the right side and would follow this sentence structure. The extension activity is optional. Compare yourself to Stanley. What would you have done if you came to school and no one was dressed up with crazy hair? How is that different than what Stanley did? Make sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions about Monday's reading activity.